Hi guys. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing okay. Excuse me. So today we are going to go through our floor routines, and that is the video skill submission that you'll submit this week to be evaluated. So like usual, we'll get started with a warm-up, and then we'll stretch, and then we'll go over our floor routines. All right, let's get started. Okay. Excuse me. Good. Okay, so we're going to start with our legs together. You can put your hands on your hips if you want, and we're just going to jump side to side. Good. And now, keeping your legs together, we're going to jump forwards and backwards. Awesome. And now you're going to take a big step forward so your back knee touches the floor for some lunges. Good. Awesome. And now you can stand in a shadow. Gonna open and close our arms. Good. Now you're gonna do hands in, so your fingers are like touching each other, and then arms out. So open and close. Good. And circle to the front. And circle to the back. Good. And across one more time. Awesome. Now you're going to jump on one foot up and down. Jump in a circle. And jump the other way. Good. Other foot. Jump in a circle. And the other way. Good. And we're going open and close. Good. And now front and back. So we're switching. Good. And open and close. And front and back. Good. And stand in a straddle again. Here, reach up to the sky, big stretch. And reach over, touch your foot. And arms up. Reach over, touch your other foot. Try and keep your knees straight if you can. Good. And try and get your hands on the floor in the middle. Awesome. And you're going to stand up. And you can put your hands on your shoulders if you want, or just on your hips, and you're just going to twist side to side. Good. And you're going to do your head up and down. And side to side. Good. Hands down and try and get your ear to your shoulder. And switch. Good. And make a circle. Go the other way. Awesome. Okay, so now you can put your hands on your hips if you want for good balance. And we're going to stand one foot in the back, and you're going to kick your leg up 5 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now we're going to switch. Other leg goes in the back. And we're kicking it to the front. Try and keep your legs straight and your toes pointed. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're kicking to the back. So leg goes in the back, and you're going to lift it up and down 5 times. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, how'd that fall over? Don't fall over. Other leg going in the back. 1. Oh, let's hit the dog crate. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's super important to make sure that you have lots of room wherever you are so that you don't accidentally kick something like I just did. Okay, so now we're going to start stretching. If you have a yoga mat or a towel you want to put on the floor, or if you have a gymnastics mat and you want to sit on it, you can. We're going to start in butterfly. Legs together, just going to bounce our knees up and down. Good, and you're going to go over nose to your toes. Awesome, and sitting in a pike, you're going to cross one leg over, make some circles. And give your knee a hug. Good, and switch other foot, make some circles. And give your knee a hug. Great, and we're reaching over, grab your toes. Again, try and keep your knees flat on the floor. Awesome, and now we're gonna sit in our half straddle. So you have one leg out, and then your other leg is bent, so your toe is reaching and touching your knee. And you're gonna reach over. Good, and we're gonna do half straddle on the other side. Reaching up and over. Good, and now full straddle, and you're gonna reach out in front. Awesome, all right, and now you're gonna come up onto your knees, and so hopefully you can see me. You're gonna turn your fingers so that they're facing you to stretch out your wrists. And you want to keep your arms straight and try and have your hands flat on the floor. So maybe if I turn sideways, you can see better. So my fingers are pointing towards my knees. Good, and then you're gonna put your hands together, roll out your wrists, and do the wave. And shake them out. Fantastic. All right, so now you can lay on your back and you can push up to your table or your bridge, whichever you want to practice today. And we're going to make sure that if we're in our bridge, we're pushing up all the way, trying to get off your head, and you're going to try and keep your heels so your foot is flat on the floor when you do your bridge, okay? Good, and you're going to try and hold it for 10 seconds if you can. Awesome. When you're all set, you can come on down and you can do 3 rock and rolls. You can do them in a tuck with bent knees, holding on the whole time, or you can do the straight leg ones. Whichever you want, you pick. Go ahead, but 3 rock and rolls. Awesome. And then when you're done with your 3 rock and rolls, you're going to do one more table or one more bridge. And again, try and hold it for 10 seconds. Try and keep your feet flat on the floor, arms straight. And you want to look at your fingers when you're doing your bridge, not when you're doing your table. That would be really tricky. Good. And then after your 10 seconds, you're going to rock and roll one more time. You can pick tucked rock and rolls, or you can do them with straight legs, whichever way you like. Awesome. And then when you're all set, you can come on down, and if you need to grab a drink of water, you can, or if you have your routine, if you have like a copy of it from the email or the Facebook or Instagram post that you printed out, you can grab that if you want to. Otherwise, I have some and we're just going to go over it all together. But grab a drink, make sure you have plenty of room, and we're going to get started in 1 second. Okay, grab my piece of paper. Okay. Oops. Okay. Sorry, I printed out the wrong one for this class. Done here. Okay, so it's also on the Instagram if you want to pull it up too, to look at it while we do it. So for our floor routine, it goes in a line. So when we're doing it on the floor, you go one pass down with all of the skills, and then the second pass would be back in your straight line. So if you have enough room to go all the way down and then all the way back twice and fit all the skills in, perfect. If you don't have enough room to do that though, that's okay. You'll just go until you run out of room, turn around, go until you run out of room, turn back around. So it doesn't matter how many laps you have to take. But ideally in a perfect world, it would just be 2 passes. So you go down 1 lap and then back, and that would be it because you'd be able to fit everything in. But for me, I probably won't be able to do that because of how much space I have. And for some of you, you might not be able to do it in just 2. Maybe if you go outside in your yard, you might be able to do it. But if you're inside, feel free to take as many turns as you need to fit everything in. Okay, so the very first thing, which we talked about a lot last week, was the very first thing you do when you go to start your routine, which is you have to stretch your arms. So remember, our feet are together, arms go up to the sky to stretch, to signal that you are about to start your routine. Okay, so after you stretch, the next thing that we're going to do is a forward roll. So if you have your mat or a towel or a blanket or a carpet or whatever, you can start. So we have stretch and then arms stay up. You're looking at your belly. You're going to do a forward roll down to the floor and then stand up. After your forward roll, we're going to do 2 kicks. So you have your arms out to the side. Remember, we have nice straight legs and pointed toes. So you have 1 kick on one leg and then 1 kick on the other leg. After your 2 kicks, you have a lunge, and then you're going to do your handstand. So hands would go down to the floor, kick your feet up, and then you would finish back in your lunge. After your handstand, if you need to, you can turn around and go the other way if you need more room, or you can just back up. You're going to have run, and then leap. So you're going to run, and you're going to do 2 leaps. So you have 1 leap and 2. Remember, when we do our leaps, we're trying to jump over the puddle, okay, with nice straight legs in the front and the back, and our arms are out to the side. So you just did run, leap, step, leap, and now you're going to do a tuck jump. So arms are going to be up by our ears, and our knees are coming up to our belly. So you have tuck jump. And then our next jump is a straddle jump. So that's legs start together and they both go out to the side. So straddle. After you have pivot turn. So now you're going to turn around. We're going to be going the other way. So you're going to put your favorite foot in front. And then whichever side your big toe is on is the way you're going to turn. So you're going to pivot. So now you're facing the other way with the other leg in front. And you're going to do run cartwheel. Now, if you don't have enough room to run, you can just do cartwheel, okay? So you'd be lunge, hands go down, kick over for a cartwheel. Excuse me. And now you're back facing the way you started, okay? Because your cartwheel turns you around. So after your cartwheel, you're going to do a candlestick. So we start standing up, arms by your ears. You're going to sit down to the floor, roll your toes up to the sky. And then we're not standing up, my bad. After you do your candlestick, you're going to lay on your back, roll over to your stomach, and do 2 push-ups. So you do candlestick, you're going to lay on your back, roll to your stomach, and then from here, you're going to do 2 push-ups. Good. And then after your 2 push-ups, you are going to stand up and do a half turn. So you're standing up. You're going to put your favorite foot in front. We're going to do a little spin. Our arms are going to come up to a circle over our head, and our foot is coming up to touch our toe to our knee. And we're turning halfway around. So we're here, arms come up, turn. We did a half turn, and now you're going to do a jump full turn. So you're going to jump and turn all the way around. I'm just going to turn back to face you guys. And then after your jump full turn, it's the end of the routine. So you can do a pose, any pose you want. You can make it up. And then after you do your pose, which you're going to hold for 3 seconds, you are going to do your stretch again. So whichever pose you want, I'm going to do fish pose. And then you're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Legs come together, and then you stretch again. Okay? Good. So that is the routine. And so now let's go through it again. That was kind of like a breakdown a little bit. We'll go through it again and try to just continuously keep going without stopping and going over the skills. So just to go over again, we have stretch, forward roll, step and kick your leg 2 times. Then you have a lunge handstand, run, and 2 split leaps. Then you're going to do tuck jump, straddle jump, pivot turn, turning towards your big toe. And then if you have enough room, run cartwheel or just cartwheel. And then you're going to do a candlestick, rolling toes up to the sky, laying on our back. We roll to our stomach. We do 2 push-ups. And then we're going to stand up, do a half spin turn. So we're spinning on 1 foot, and then a jump turn, and then your pose, which you hold for 3 seconds, and then you bring your legs together and arms up to stretch again to show that you're done with your routine this time, okay? So that is our floor routine. So hopefully I can move you guys over here a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Maybe. Is that gonna work? Okay, that should be good. All right, so. All right, we're going to do the whole thing. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Sorry, I'm so terrible at this. Okay, so I'll start over here. So the very first thing we have is stretch, and then arms are still up. We're going to do a forward roll. And then we're going to stand up. Grab my phone again so I can see. After forward roll, we have arms out, and we're kicking 2 times. So 1 and 2. Good. And then you have lunge and handstand. Finishing your lunge. Good. After that, you're going to do 2 split leaps. So if you have room, you can run. And then you have split leap and split leap. After 2 split leaps, you're going to do a tuck jump. So swinging arms up, tuck jump, straddle jump. Then you have step pivot. So favorite foot in front, turn to whichever side your big toe is on. Now we're facing the other way. You're going to go run cartwheel, or if you don't have enough room, just a regular cartwheel. Good. After cartwheel, we have candlestick. I'm just going to move up. So you have candlestick, toes to the sky. We're laying on our back. Roll over to your stomach. 2 push-ups. So you're going up. Remember, your belly doesn't touch. You bend your arms. And then we're standing up. You're still facing the other way. So you're not looking at the screen right now. You're going to do a half spin. So you're going to spin around halfway. And then you're going to do a jump turn. So arms come up to your ears. Jump and turn all the way around. Pose. 3 seconds. You got to hold it. And then legs come together. And big stretch with your arms. Perfect. Good job. All right. So that is the floor routine. So like I said, you should have gotten an email with the routine in it. And if you didn't, it's on the Facebook and the Instagram page. So you can head on over there. Just be careful. There's two. There's the beam routine and the floor routine. So just make sure you're looking at the right one. And then you can practice that. Your skill video submission will be of you doing the routine. So you can send that to the email, and then we will review it and write you some notes in your skill tracking app if that's something that you're interested in. And so besides that, before we go, let's just practice a couple of handstands and then we'll be all set, because we do have a handstand in our routine. So remember, when we do our handstand, we're starting in our lunge. Arms are up. When you kick up to your handstand, you're trying to get your legs together, squeezing your belly, squeezing your bum super, super tight, and then you come down and finish in your lunge, okay? So we want to make sure that when we do our handstand in our routine that we're not falling over, okay? So I want everybody to do 3 really good handstands where they come down and land on their feet and they don't fall over on toward their back or towards one of the sides. So do 3 really good handstands for me and land back down on your feet, okay? Because when we do it in our routine, we don't want to be falling over. All right, so a really good handstand in our lunge, arms up, we're kicking our legs together, and then coming back down. You can try and hold it for a sec, and then come back down and finish in your lunge, okay? So that was 1. You have to practice 2 more really good handstands without falling over. If you fall over, it doesn't count, okay? We want really good ones where we're trying to hold them. Awesome. Make sure you're squeezing all your muscles super, super tight when you do your handstand, okay? Good. All right. So that is our floor routine for today. Next week, we're going to be doing our beam routines. So you can look forward to doing that. And if you guys have any questions about your routines, you can let us know, and we'd be happy to answer them. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week in class. All right. Bye.